Welcome back to the deep dive. You sent us the sources, the articles, the strategic research, and our mission is to get you that critical knowledge fast. Today, we're just cutting through all that noise, that endless planning cycle that traps so many people.
It really does.
We're tackling the core challenge, how to stop thinking about a business and actually start getting paid for it.
Yeah.
And often in less than 48 hours.
And that speed, that's the key. For anyone listening who wants that quick, actionable insight, this deep dive is really designed to stop you from wasting months, maybe even thousands of dollars, building something nobody wants.
Okay.
Our sources lay out a very precise system. It covers two really crucial phases. First, that rapid validation, and then second, the long-term work of building a loyal audience.
Okay, let's unpack that. We're focusing on a concept that is, it's pretty ruthless, but it's effective because it just removes all the excuses.
It does.
The central challenge here is called the golden rule of validation. Find 3 customers in 48 hours who will give you money for your idea.
And that 48 hours, it's specifically designed to force action over perfection. It's a mechanism to beat what the sources call analysis paralysis.
Right.
If you can't get 3 people to commit cash in 2 days, the idea, or at least your way of selling it, it's flawed. The time constraint just makes everything clear.
And to show the power of this, we have to start with that famous sumo jerky story.
Oh, it's a classic.
Yeah. The idea was simple. Sell monthly jerky subscriptions to people in offices. But instead of a website, instead of sourcing all the jerky, they just spent one long, exhausting day hitting office parks and selling packages face-to-face.
And the results were just incredible. After that one day, what was it? Something like $4,000 in revenue?
$4,040 in revenue and over $1,000 in pure profit.
And this really gets at that huge psychological trap that so many founders fall into. They're always asking, but how will I fulfill all these orders?
Right, the logistics.
Exactly. But the sources stress that once you have the money, fulfillment changes from this paralyzing theoretical problem to just a logistics issue you have to solve.
It becomes real.
It becomes real. If you're worried about how to build the product, but you don't have money yet, your focus is completely backward. A paying customer forces you to deliver.
Okay, so that's the core idea. Let's get into why getting paid up front really matters.
Right. So validation. It's the step that turns an idea from just a theory, something you tell your friends about, into a real business model. It's the test.
The test of whether people will actually pay.
Yes, and that's why the sources are so adamant that you have to collect money up front. That friendly phrase, oh, that sounds interesting, I might buy it later.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
We all have. It's just polite rejection, and it costs you time and money.
So that's what we're trying to avoid. But why the hard 48-hour limit? The sources say it delivers, 3 big benefits?
3 immediate critical benefits. First, you just stop wasting resources. You don't spend weeks building a site or designing a logo. Okay.
Second, you prove you can actually get customers, which is, the hardest part of any business. And third, that deadline. It creates what they call constructive urgency. It forces you to be resourceful, not perfect.
I like that. Constructive urgency.
And we have to talk about that magic number, 3. Why 3 customers?
Right. Why not 1 or 10?
Because your first customer is often a friend who just wants to support you.
Sure.
Your second might be, your mom or your cousin, but that third customer, that person is real market validation. They don't owe you anything.
I see.
If getting 3 people to hand over cash is hard now, it only gets harder when you're trying to scale to 30 or 300.
So assuming we accept this crazy time constraint, how do we even start?
The sources recommend a direct pre-selling strategy. You start with what they call your Dream 10 list.
Okay, what's that?
It's just a simple spreadsheet. 10 ideal customers who are already in your zone of influence. These aren't cold calls.
So people you already know. Exactly. Friends, former colleagues, maybe even people whose services you already use, people you have a relationship with.
That makes sense.
And the ultimate test is this. If you can't list 10 people who might buy your thing, you should really think about whether your idea is solving a big enough problem. You have to have some immediate, trusting influence.
Let's get tactical. Let's talk about the methods for actually getting those 3 customers in 48 hours.
Okay, method 1 is direct pre-selling. This is my favorite because it's so active. It's about real contact, real conversations, and asking for the money.
And we have that great anecdote of Eric with Foothills Painting.
Yes. He didn't spend a dime on ads, no fancy logo. He built a $750,000 a year business.
Yeah, just by knocking on doors in his neighborhood with a simple 2-sentence pitch for a free estimate.
That directness gives you immediate feedback, and for those conversations, the sources have this three-part framework. It's listen, options, transition.
Okay, so listen. That's about using open-ended questions to get the customer talking about their pain points.
Exactly. What's the most frustrating thing about X? Then you summarize their pain back to them. So it sounds like you're wasting 2 hours a week on this. It shows you're listening.
And the second step is options.
Right. You suggest a few solutions to see what gets them excited. Would you prefer a digital course, or would you like it if I just came over and fixed it for you? You're looking for that spark.
And finally, transition.
Transition to the sale. You distill the offer down to price plus benefit plus time. Okay, for $50, I can fix your computer today. Sound good?
It's so direct. And there's that great example of Dana. She was about to build this really complex, expensive horse trainer app.
A huge undertaking.
A huge undertaking. But instead, she just messaged friends in some horse groups on Facebook and asked them to send her $1,000 via PayPal for an hour of her expertise.
And it worked. She validated the demand instantly without spending a penny on development.
Okay, what's the second method?
Method 2 is leveraging existing marketplaces. So think Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, places where people are already looking to spend money.
So you're inserting your idea into a flow of commerce that's already there.
Precisely. The example of Neville is perfect. He wanted to see if people would rent expensive camera gear. He just posted an ad for a Canon 7D on Craigslist and rented it out for $75 in a few hours.
Wow. Zero cost to test the idea.
Zero cost. And it works for virtual products, too. There's another story about someone posting 5 custom Nintendo-themed disc golf discs for $20 on Twitter. They sold 20 of them, and then they went and found a manufacturer.
They got the money first.
Always get the money first.
Okay, and method 3 is landing pages. But the sources say to be careful with this one.
Very careful. It's often the slowest and most expensive route, especially for a beginner. You can get bogged down in design, writing copy, running ads.
But if you do it, you have to stick to that 48-hour limit.
It is sacred. The story of Justin Mares with Kettle and Fire is a masterclass in this. He bought a domain for $12, paid $5 for a logo, set up a super simple unbounce page, spent $50 on Bing ads.
For a product that didn't even exist yet.
It did not exist. He charged $29.99, and in 2 weeks, he'd made almost $500. The goal is just validation, not launching some global brand. Don't overthink it.
Okay, we've talked about success, but what about failure? The sources say there's a huge upside to rejection.
Oh, absolutely. Rejection is where the real learning happens. We have to talk about the taco poster fail.
Right. The idea was to sell these like high-end art prints of tacos.
And the feedback was brutal. You want me to pay $25 for a picture of a taco? I'll pass. And the killer line.
No one loves tacos as much as you do.
Ouch. Ouch is right. But it highlights a key point. Almost every great business fails on its first try. Instagram started as a bourbon app called Bourbon.
No way.
Seriously. So rejection isn't the end. It's a chance to redirect. And there's a 4-question script that turns a no into treasure.
Okay, this sounds like gold. What are the 4 questions?
When you get rejected, the first thing you ask is, why not?
Just direct.
Direct. You need that raw data. Was the price wrong? Was the product confusing? Second, you ask, who is one person you know who would really like this? Always ask for a referral.
Smart.
Third, what would make this a no-brainer for you? This can lead you to totally new related ideas. They don't want a dog walking app, but maybe they'd pay for a premium dog hotel.
And unlocks adjacent markets.
Exactly. And fourth, the most important one, what would you pay for that? You stop guessing at pricing and get hard data from someone who just told you what they won't buy.
And this script is what saved the taco idea.
It led directly to the pivot. People kept saying, well, I do like that taco shirt you're wearing. The questions confirmed it.
So you switched to shirts.
He switched to taco shirts, got 15 orders at $25 via PayPal almost immediately, and boom, validated.
That's amazing. So once you're validated, the job changes completely. We shift from speed to long-term growth, building an audience.
Right. The focus shifts to building what they call the smallest viable audience, or your 1,000 true fans. And community isn't bought. It's built through generosity.
Adding value without expecting anything back immediately.
Precisely. That's how you earn trust. We see this in the Bow Bikes Bama charity story. They raised $30,000 in 3 days.
Right, but the key detail, the money came from only 102 people.
102 people. And the person who ran the campaign recognized almost every single name on the donor list. It was a small, deep, highly engaged audience. That's what you want. Attention, not just volume.
Okay, but before you start building, you need to know what you're building around. Your unique
Your
angle.
special sauce. And you need to be able to define it in 30 seconds.
Right.
Look at Ben Kenyon, the coach for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Hmm.
He doesn't just say, I'm a fitness coach. He says he has 14 years working with the best athletes in the world, which gives him the authority to teach the mentality to dominate life. It's specific. It's unique.
It's an angle.
Oh.
Once you have that, you need a platform. The sources simplify this with 3 questions.
Yeah, first, where is the audience you want to reach already hanging out? Second, and this is so important for sustainability, what kind of content do you actually enjoy making? If you hate being on camera, don't pick YouTube.
And the third one.
What disproportionate results will you get for your effort? This leads to a really interesting comparison.
Between platforms like Twitter and YouTube.
Exactly. Twitter and LinkedIn can be noisy, content disappears fast, but the sources cite YouTube as the best free growth engine in the long run.
And they have a metric for that.
Yeah.
Right? Something like 1 YouTube subscriber is worth 25 TikTok followers.
Roughly, yes. Because of searchability, watch time, and intent. A YouTube subscriber is often a much more engaged, loyal fan, even though it's harder to create the content.
So that brings us to the strategy for creating that content, the content circle framework.
Right. This is what creators like Ali Abdaal use. It's genius because it solves the discovery problem. You start incredibly narrow to build devotion, and then you slowly expand out.
It had 3 phases. The first is the core circle.
The core circle. This is a hyper-narrow, high-pain niche. Ali Abdaal started with videos about the BMAT exam.
That's the medical school entrance exam for British people. Right. Super specific.
Incredibly specific. He was solving a high-pain problem for a small, desperate, and very attentive audience. That kind of niche content is scarce, and that scarcity drives loyalty.
So once you have that loyal core, you move to the medium circle.
The medium circle. This content still connects to the core, but it appeals to a broader group. So Ali moved from the BMAT to just general study techniques and productivity tips.
Which applies to basically any student or professional.
Exactly. And then finally, you have the large circle. This is the biggest audience you can reach while still being connected to your original authority. For Ali, that's videos about his salary or reviewing a new Apple product.
But the key is that you never abandon that original core circle.
Never. They have to still find value in everything you do.
And this structure also changes how you present yourself. The sources say be the guide, not the guru.
Yes. Don't lecture. Document your process. Show the nuts and bolts, show the failures. It makes you relatable. It's why shows like Matt's Off-Road Recovery are so popular. It's just a guy documenting his job, struggles, and all.
Right.
And when you're a guide, the audience comes along with you on the journey. It's a subtle shift, but it's huge. So you should title your content, How I Did This, not How to Do This.
My process for,
Yeah.
not the perfect process for.
Exactly. It's an invitation.
Okay, let's bring this all together. We covered the speed of validation getting paid in 48 hours, and then we covered the long-term strategy for growth building out from that core circle.
Right. The validation part is all about testing demand with immediate revenue-focused action.
Get the money.
The growth part is about earning trust through consistent generosity. So if you're ready to take the next step, here's the provocative thought for you to apply right now. The core circle needs scarcity to build that early devotion. So what is one small, very specific piece of content you could post today that provides genuine value only to the narrowest version of your audience without asking for anything in return? That's how you set the foundation.
That is the real work. Go prove the idea, then go build the audience that'll support it for life. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.